everybody, welcome back to the channel. How's everyone doing? I hope you're doing well. It's Tony back again with another video from Masters of the 80s. I have been sitting on quite a big pile of Arrow video titles. These titles have cropped in over the last probably 3 months, give or take. Always on the lookout for second-hand Arrow video titles. I'm quite lucky with having HMV in town near where I live, so when Arrow video stuff goes on sale, when it goes to the standard editions for $8.99, I'm always delving through there to pick titles up to add to the collection. It's a great way of doing it, you know what I mean? If you're on a budget, if you're penny pinching or whatever, then having a shop around, waiting for the sale time, having a look at the second-hand stuff, it can pop up some really good titles. And I think with the sort of titles that I've picked up in the last few months, I've probably picked around 10 up, maybe, I think, as we start having a look through all this lot. And they've all come in different ways. Some have come through the sales, some have come second hand, some I've picked up from second-hand stores, some I've found on Facebook Marketplace, which doesn't always happen, but I dropped on someone very close to me who had no idea what they had and was selling them for virtually next to nothing, so we'll have a look at those in a bit. So the first ones we'll have a look at were the first 2 that I picked up in the HMV sale, in the Arrow video sale last time round. That would be Christ, that's a good couple of months back, I think now. So again, these were $8.99 titles, standard editions, no slips. Every so often you'll find something with a slip in HMV, but it's not all the time. So standard 1-disc editions, no posters, no night cards, no nothing like that. But it doesn't bother me. I'm quite happy with the standard edition. So the first one was Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. I only came to this film quite late. I think didn't see the film first. I saw the TV show first and then came back to the film. It's good, it's funny, I do enjoy it. It's been a nice light-hearted entertainment. So that was the first one of the 2 from the Arrow video sale. Second one was Guillermo del Toro's Crimson Peak. I like this. My wife likes this too. It's a nice sort of horror thriller kind of title. Again, nice release with this. Just the 1 discs, nothing special. Again, I never showed you the Elvira one, did I? Let's have a look inside that one. Again, 1 disc, nothing special. So they were the 2 that I picked up in the Arrow sale at HMV last time round. If I can get it out of that glare, it was Crimson Peak and Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Now, these next 3 I found on Facebook Marketplace from a local seller. Now, normally around this area, it's very, very rare to find anything on Facebook Marketplace. Blu-ray wise, it's just generic, run-of-the-mill sort of big title releases that are worth next to nothing now. But it's very rare you find any sort of boutique kind of stuff, especially in the area I live in. So when these 3 films popped up, I was all over them, and the lady that was selling them only lived 2 miles away from where I live, so it was a no-brainer really. She had all 3 advertised as just horror DVDs, and she wanted £10. And then when I looked at the photograph, I thought, right, okay, these are worth way more than £10. I'll go and pick them up, and lo and behold, 2 of them are special editions, which is fantastic. So the first one is the 3-disc edition of Evil Ed. Again, a film I've always think I've ever seen once. And I can't remember if I liked it or not, it's been that long back. But for £10 I couldn't leave them where they were. Like I say, you guys know I don't normally blind buy stuff. And I do recall seeing this at some point, but it must have been a long time ago. But all 3 of these for £10 I couldn't resist. So booklets in that one, 3-disc edition, which is quite cool. The next one, again from the same seller, was the Count Yorga films. So it's Count Yorga the Vampire and Return of Count Yorga, I think it is. Count Yorga the Vampire I have seen. The Return of Count Yorga I haven't seen. So again, it should be a good watch. From what I can remember, the sort of like very 70s Hammer-esque in the way they look. So that should be quite cool. And again, the booklets in there and everything. So again, that was a nice one. And again, all three of these for £10. I couldn't go wrong, because this title on its own is worth more than £10, and that's House by the Cemetery. Now the box is a little bit banged up on this one, if you can see it, the front of the Amaray case. But I've got spares, and I'll just switch it out. But I think like currently this one goes for, I think it's £12 second hand in the UK, maybe a tenner. But this is just a single disc edition. But it goes for around £10, £10 to £12, I think, that one. Again, Count Yorga, I think that goes for about 8. Evil Egg goes for between 8 and 10. So for a £10 purchase for all three, I've got sort of what, £26 worth of films. So there are bargains out there, so the bargains to be had. You know what I mean? You just have to look around. So that was a great little find on Facebook Marketplace. So all these next ones came from local second-hand stores that deal with physical media. Some of the stores know what they've got and they're priced accordingly. Other ones have no idea what they've got and they're just pricing them however they feel fit. You know what I mean? It's really weird how they get the pricing on some of it. And if you're lucky enough, they've priced it completely wrong. And all of these now were priced way lower than they should have been, and they probably could have got more from if they knew what they was actually selling. But you know what I mean? Somebody doing that, it only helps me out. It saves money in the wallet. And again, some of these I haven't seen. Some of them I've been looking for a while. So it's good when you find things out in the wild like this. So the first one I picked up, and I haven't seen this. This is a documentary, and I've been wanting to pick it up for a while. And I found this for £3 in a local second-hand shop. And it is Future Shock, the story of 2000 AD. If you're from the UK and from the home turf of 2000 AD comics, I grew up with this kind of stuff. I'm not the biggest comic book guy, you know what I mean? It's just not my forte at all. I know of comic books and I know of the companies, but it's never been my thing. But something about 2000 AD that sort of screams out to me. I don't know if it's the art style, I don't know if it's the stories, I don't know if it's a sort of sci-fi horror element that some of it has. I've no idea, but I do really like it. And I've been wanting to check this documentary out for a while, so finding that for £3, that's brilliant, and it's got the booklet with it and everything. So that was a nice little find. So I'll find time at some point to watch that. I never picked the box set up of this. For some reason, it always seems to hold its money. It's always around sort of like £25 to £28 second hand. And I know the sort of like digipack version of it comes cheaper every time the Arrow sale comes out. But I don't really like the way it looks. I like the individual Amaray cases. And it's House 3. Again, not the best in the franchise, but I would like all 4 House films eventually. I've got 1 and I've got 4, I think. I'm just missing 2 now. Again, I paid £3 for this one from a local second-hand shop. This is just the standard edition 1-discer, but for £3 you can't turn your nose up at it. This next one I've been looking for a while, a long while, and it's out of print. It generally goes for crazy money, and I just stuck my head in one sort of second-hand shop while I was away on holiday, and lo and behold, there it was, and completely mispriced. This thing can go from anywhere. I've seen it go from £15 to £25. It fluctuates all over the show, but I give £8 for this one. and it's George Romero's Knight Riders. This is like the craziest film you'll ever see. It's like the Court of Camelot, the Knights of King Arthur, but on motorcycles. It's fucking nuts. Absolute ludicrous film, but I really, really enjoy it. And like I said, I've been looking to get this one into the collection for a long while, but the price always put me off. And then, lo and behold, if you hold out for long enough, you'll always find something at the right kind of money. And bang, £8 for this one. Again, 2-disc edition. Can't go wrong with it for the money. The next one was a cheap little find, local. Again, I think I give £3 for this one, maybe £4. I can't quite remember. It was no more than £4. Oh, it's on the receipt's still in it. Yeah, £4. And that was Madman. I had seen this film. I know Wes over at Dead Pit. He loves this. He dotes on this film. It's enjoyable. You know what I mean? It lacks much of a storyline. It lacks a lot of sort of character development. But what it lacks for in that kind of stuff, it makes up for in just overall fun. It is a good little watch. It's quick in and quick out. It doesn't drag its heels anywhere. And it is loads and loads of fun. So again, £4 for that one. And the last one came from a second-hand physical media shop in town. A gentleman by the name of Tony from a shop called Games and More. He has loads of really good stuff in all the time there. And he had this priced up really reasonable with a slip. It's the Prey Special Edition. Again, you guys know I'm not a slipcase lover in any way, shape or form, but I do like the art on that one, it's nice. And it's got like sort of like weird rubbery texture to it, like some of the newer cases have. The artwork direction on this is really good as well. But the beauty of this one, I think I give £6 for this one. Again, 2-disc edition, but it comes with the campsite permit, which I think is really good, and it comes with a booklet as well as it's there. So for £6, you can't really go wrong with that. So like I say, if you're willing to hunt and you're willing to look, especially in the UK, you can always find a bargain. You know what I mean? What I found over the years is places like eBay and that, people are just asking a king's ransom for stuff now. Because eBay fees are so expensive now, and the cost of postage in the UK has gone through the roof. People are just putting that onto what they're selling. So it's making titles expensive on eBay now. So if I can find stuff in brick and mortar stores, if I can find stuff on Facebook Marketplace, or even Vinted, you know what I mean? I've even found a few things on Vinted recently. It's always worth a look. You can always generally get a bargain. So there were all the titles that I picked up from the second-hand shop. And finally, this film I've been looking for a while. There's 2 films actually that got released by Arrow. That never came to the UK. I think they were a US and Canadian release only, maybe US release only, I can't quite remember. But both these titles I absolutely adore. One title has never had any kind of Blu-ray release in the UK at all. One of them has. Now the one that I'm currently looking for, if anybody out there has got a copy that wants to send it my way, the money here is waiting for you. It's one that I desperately want to put in the collection because I want to get rid of this standard 20th Century Fox release, and it's Legend. I would believe that the Arrow video version of this is fantastic. I mean, this Blu-ray is okay, you know what I mean? It does the job, it's better than the DVD. But I would love the Arrow edition just for the special features, because there is no special features on this. There's nothing on it at all. It's just bare bones film. I think it is the director's cut though, if I remember rightly. Yeah, it is the director's cut. So I would love that from Arrow, the Arrow video release that they put out that. So if anybody knows one, or if anybody's got a copy that they want to sell on, just hit me up. But the other one out of the 2 that didn't hit the UK, I found it on, I think it was Facebook Marketplace, I think. And it was brand new, it was sealed, and they wanted £9 for it, which, considering this is a Region A and it's obviously been imported at some point, it would have been way more expensive than that. And so again, when you're looking through Facebook Marketplace, a place like that, it pays to know that other people have no idea what they've got. You know what I mean? And I think the same thing was with this, and it is. Whoops, there's a reverse. The Last Starfighter. I adore this film. This is a great film. This is the best film that Nick Castle ever did. He did other things, but for me, this was the best thing he did. And as a sci-fi nut, this film is right up there. It was on the cutting edge of CG technology when this came out. No, it doesn't hold up the CG in it anymore, but it adds to the charm. But at the time, made in '84, I think, when this came out, you know what I mean, it was mind-blowing how good the CG looked. But this is a beautiful film. I've always really enjoyed it, and I've wanted this edition for a long while, and then, like I said, it cropped up. Facebook Marketplace, £9, and I just couldn't turn my nose up at it. I had to have it, and like I say, it was brand new and sealed, but I've opened it to have a look at it. I mean, look at the features on that, it's absolutely loaded. I mean, I did have a Blu-ray version of this, which I think was a Scandinavian release, and it looked okay, you know what I mean, for the biggest part of things, it did look okay. But I've always wanted this Arrow edition of it, and finally I've got my hands on it. So the posters in there and the booklet and all the rest of it. So I'm really glad to have that one in the collection. And like I say, I would love to put Legend in there as well. So if anybody's got a copy of Legend they want to sell on, then just hit me up. But that one was The Last Starfighter. So that was it. That was it for everything that I've picked up from the Arrow. If you take notice above me, I've moved things around, so all the Arrow video stuff is up above my head now, and the VHS HMV VHS stuff is on a shelf on this side of me now, because the Arrow stuff is slowly taking space, you know what I mean, it's growing. It's probably about 60 titles in there now. Again, it's like I say, we've been through this in a live stream before. My way of buying is a lot different to the way other people buy. I'm thrifty, I'm tight, I'm constantly looking what I can find on the second-hand market, and it proves that it can pay off. To pick up 11 titles, I think, altogether, for a fraction of what they were new, then I'm all over that, and I'll wait. I will wait to try and find some of these. I do like finding them out and about. I think it's the thrill of the chase, the thrill of trying to get something a lot cheaper, haggling and bartering with people. I enjoy all of that. Just clicking enter on your computer or on your phone to pre-order something, I think it takes the sort of mystery out of it, takes the fun out of trying to find something. And I know people haven't always got the beauty of finding something in a store or finding something on a selling site. But I like shopping that way. I like buying titles that way, and I'm finding more and more Arrow video titles are cropping up because people don't know what they've got when they're trying to sell things on. So it does pay to keep one eye open on stuff like that. Again, thank you for everybody that's tuning into the videos. Keep your eye out, there's some real special stuff coming soon. Thank you for everyone that's subscribed recently. I seem to have a massive influx of subscribers all at once, and I think of this morning I was 40 short of 1,000. So if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing to get me to that one thing. I'd love to get to 1,000 subscribers. I never thought I'd ever get anywhere near that kind of number. So to get to 1,000, I'd be happy if I never got more than that. Again, if you're new to the channel, please consider giving this video a like, and again, please consider giving us a subscribe. It does help, and it does mean a lot to me. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Take care until the next one. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.